Okay. Percent off. Use code 10years. And 10 years. 10 years with an S.
My mic wasn't even turned on. So 10 years is for that code. 10 years. So. All right. So pretty much we're not going to have a very long podcast. There's been a lot going on back and forth between Sway, and we're just trying to get some things going on, as well as there's been a lot of other stuff going on. But we're going to talk about Call of Duty Season 5. It dropped yesterday?
No, it dropped like the other day. I think it was Monday.
Yeah, Monday.
But I mean, but finally a map change. The map was really starting to get a little stale. I mean, granted, all they did was open up Stadium, really, but
and then the train.
But I mean, opening up Stadium has become the hot spot now.
And see, that's the thing is, like, I would love to drop Stadium, but I'd rather not drop Stadium and just get murdered.
I did it the other day for the first time, and I got like 5 kills. I was able to get in there fast enough. Someone took the helicopter, killed 2 people with the helicopter, and then bolted out of there.
Oh, everybody uses the helicopter, but I really feel like Call of Duty took the train idea from Apex.
Oh, 100%. There's no doubt in my mind that they took that idea. But, I mean, look at what happened with Fortnite. Fortnite started taking things from Apex. Apex took things from Fortnite. So,
yeah, now
the BR games are taking it from each other.
Yeah, except for PUBG. PUBG's just there.
I've only played a little bit of PUBG, to be honest.
I love. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely something different. And then the new guns, the ISO and the AN-94, which I was honestly kind of upset about because I was like, oh, another AK. Because that's pretty much what the CR-56 is. It's a Galil. It's in the AK class. So it's like, hello? Why are you here? And then the ISO is just pretty much another Finnick. But a vector-like Finnick. So it's like, what's the use?
How many guns though can they come up with though? And
well, they're pulling a lot from past games.
I mean, that was the plan all along with this game to begin with. The whole idea was, okay, we're gonna bring back all your favorite Modern Warfare maps, and I think everyone just wanted Shipment and Rust.
No, everybody wanted Shipment, Rust, and Terminal.
Oh yeah. Terminal's I thought for sure Terminal will be in the game by now.
I'm surprised it's not. Honestly, for a game as big as Modern Warfare 2 was. Even Modern Warfare 3, when it came back, Terminal is just a huge map.
Oh yeah.
In Call of Duty. So for them not to bring it back, I was honestly very, very upset.
I think you're gonna see they have to do something because they still want people to play this game. Think about it. They still want you to play Modern Warfare even after COD Cold War comes out. If it's coming out this year, I mean, it should.
It probably will.
But they want people. It's like Black Ops. They kept doing stuff with Blackout to make it interesting for people to keep playing it. So hopefully, I mean, I think they're gonna keep releasing maps.
But how interesting can you get?
They're gonna keep going back to the Modern Warfare maps. You're gonna see Terminal's got to show up. I would be surprised if it's not. I think next, because you figure they're doing this months. I would say September, right before the end phase of this. This will be like the last in phase season. I think that they'll release Terminal to be like, oh my god, Terminal's back. I mean, they put COD Modern Warfare 2 campaign. They put that out, and now it's free on PSN, which is crazy. The game, they released it 2 months ago, and it's now free for this month. It's crazy.
Because they knew they screwed up.
Oh, I've been saying that since with Modern Warfare Remastered, when they did that. I was like, that game's going to be free in 6 months, or it's going to be a standalone in 6 months. And I got told, no, it's not. They're like, people paid $80 for that game just to get Modern Warfare Remastered, and then it came out as a standalone in March.
As a campaign. Like,
No, I'm saying not Modern Warfare 2. Ready! Out.
Modern Warfare. Which, I mean, makes sense, though. Because, like, if you think about it, though, they want to keep those going, but at the same time, they can't. Like, you can't keep remaking the game over and over and over and over again. You have to have a basis.
Yeah, I mean, they keep calling back to these games and trying to make it, and that's why people buy it. So,
I mean, I'll honestly be interested in seeing where they go with it, but they're really going to have to, like, bust their ass just to compete with Cold War. If Black Ops Cold War is going to be one of the greatest Black Ops ever, they're going to have to bust their ass. Because right now, Treyarch's kind of on a shit spree from Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4. Everybody liked Black Ops 3, and then they started releasing the guns and how everything worked in Black Ops 3, and they got very frustrated with it. Black Ops 4 put it back on the feet, and then they were very frustrated with how the controls were, the healing, you know. They were not very happy.
I didn't mind the healing, but the specialist threw it wasn't a Call of Duty game.
It was a Overwatch Call of Duty game.
Yeah, and that was the point. Was they changed the format, and I mean, it was a good idea to change it up, but it's like when you had whatchamacallit, like when they switched to AW, when they switched it to jetpack games, like, it was not a bad idea. Boots on the ground was getting really boring.
Yeah, and the whole idea of jetpack was a good idea. It's just the way it was implemented. Like, Advanced Warfare, I think the way they implemented it as thrust was fine. Black Ops 3, they wanted to make it smoother, to make it faster, but then they fucked it up in Infinite Warfare.
Oh, well, yeah. But think about it. The COD cycle, because they have 3 developers. Well, 2 right now, but they had 3. And when AW came out, so Infinite Warfare was started probably midway through AW, so they saw, oh, people like this. So they developed that game probably to the end of Black Ops 3. And by the time people didn't want jetpacks anymore, that game was dead in the water. Yeah. It wasn't the fact that
fuck it, let's remake Modern Warfare.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing with this game, and I've been saying this for years. Like, Modern Warfare is an average series. It gets a lot of hype because it was top Call of Duty at the time. It was the only thing going on. There wasn't really many competition. Now there's so many games. And I said when this game came out, when this Modern Warfare came out, I said, people are going to be pissed when it's not like Modern Warfare back in the OG days. It's not, and it wasn't going to be. But they called the game Modern Warfare to sell it.
No. Hands
down.
I mean, they just wanted to use that name as like a protocol to get it in there when they really just wanted to name it Warzone.
if they would have released it as Ghost 2, they would have made a Ghost 2 instead of a Modern Warfare. I think it would have gotten more hype because people
would have got blasted.
I hate Ghost. Ghost, I think, is the bottom tier Call of Duty. I despise that game.
Y'all don't understand why I'm laughing. It's because me and Quota have already had this conversation on Twitter. Ghost was my breakthrough year playing Pro Call of Duty.
But see,
that's why
I have,
this
Nostalgia.
love for Ghost, and he's over here like, no, fuck you, it's a piece of shit. Delete it.
Here's the thing, and I'll make this point one time. And I've said it on Twitter multiple times. So, Black Ops 2 was the height of competitive Call of Duty. True or false?
I say false because Black Ops 1 competitive Call of Duty had most of the top players that you have seen in Call of Duty history. It had the most content pushed into it, and it had the most growth as a game. Black Ops 2 to me was too slippery.
Black Ops 2, in terms of people playing competitive, I never played, honestly, I started my competitive in Black Ops 2. I played Modern Warfares, but I never played it competitively until Black Ops 2. And granted, I'm not a competitive player by any means, but Black Ops 2, in my opinion, is top tier in terms of competitive, because online it was iffy. Because they had the whole thing, Champs I think was more known. It was more, they pushed it more. There was more events, I feel like, because that's when UMG started to come out.
Yeah.
And UMG and MLG constantly going through events. And Hardpoint. Hardpoint is my favorite competitive game type. And that was the problem with Ghost. If Ghost had put in Hardpoint, like they did with Search and Destroy, Ghost might have been passable. But the fact that we had to play Dom for 8 months when you had to end the game after the first round to switch sides because the game was broken. Search and Destroy was not in the game at launch.
What,
and Blitz in Ghost.
Oh yeah.
And Blitz is terrible. Blitz was a
broken game mode. I will agree, yeah. Blitz was a broken game mode. And then they brought it back in Modern Warfare. Yeah, they brought it back. It was only on shipment though.
No, I never even played this.
It was like a limited time mode. But that's my thing is like, yeah, I get the competitive scene was kind of like dead in Ghost. But you can't deny that there was like a lot of competitive skill in Ghost. Like the snipers, the SMGs.
Okay, so Ghost S&D is unmatched. It's really been I think the only S&D I had fun watching was Black Ops 4. I don't know why, but I watched a lot of Black Ops 4, so that's a difference. But in terms of guns, the guns were eh. It was a 2-gun meta.
Yeah, it was the sniper and it was the
Well, you had. Fuck, I don't remember.
It's been a while. And I can't think.
Yeah, the meta was just boring.
Pepper.
Yeah, it was just boring. And then you had
Extinction.
Oh God.
Extinction. Gotta love Extinction.
But, I don't know. I played a decent amount of competitive Ghost, and I'm like, if Black Ops 2 would have came after Ghost, Ghost would have been nothing. Because the competitive side from Black Ops 2 brought in the Ghost, and a lot of people started competitive in Black Ops 2.
But Ghost had the best. Ghost had the best combat movement. If you get what I'm saying, like the slide, the speed, the rush. I mean, like everything from like aim down sight speed to being able to mount on the corner. Like that shit was smart.
Yeah.
It really was. And then they implemented that into Modern Warfare now, and now you have a wonderful competitive game.
Yeah. So let's get off of
Call of Duty.
Let's move on from let's move on from COD Season 5 and let's talk about these packages.
So if anybody knows about this, a bunch of people have been getting packages about Call of Duty Cold War, The next Black Ops game that's supposed to be released.
Which is pretty much been confirmed across the board, but not by Activision or Treyarch.
Activision and Treyarch literally said, "What are you talking about?" Yeah. They're even like, "What are these crates?" Like, they're so confused, and it makes me very happy to see.
Yeah, I mean, Treyarch has done this in the past with their games. Like, they've kind of like teased it and made it so like, hey, figure out what this is. But to throw packages at YouTubers, that's I don't know. It's smart marketing because it's getting people talking, like we're talking about it right now.
Yeah, and I mean, on top of that, you have the little glitch stuff in Warzone right now.
Yeah, I mean that. I don't know. I've only seen it a couple of times. I've never actually seen it in my game, but I thought it was like for them to put it in Warzone, it makes me think about Warzone, and I don't think we're gonna see a new battle royale with Cold War, whatever. It's gonna be Cold War, but let's say whatever they're calling the next COD, because I think they're gonna stick with Warzone, and that kind of confirms it to me. The whole glitch thing, because Treyarch, it's not going to be Treyarch. I think Raven is. I don't know who's handling the battle royale because I know it's not Infinity War.
Not Infinity War. What are you talking about, for Warzone or
like
for
Warzone?
Warzone is. You know what? Let me look that up because I looked it up the other day and I was interested in it because I didn't think it was Infinity Ward actually working on it. Who develops Warzone? Yeah, Infinity Ward, Raven Software, and published by Activision.
Yeah, so I think Raven's handling
most of it, but Infinity Ward is doing actual Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Which is
that's Raven's supporting pretty much all three. So Raven's been supporting since like Modern Warfare 3. But I think they're handling Warzone, and I think Warzone is going to stay because it's free to play, and you can play it on everything, and it's cross-plat already. Yeah. So it's interesting that they put in teasers for the next Call of Duty in Warzone, because I think they're going to keep Warzone instead of bringing Blackout back. Because I think if they have to keep something consistent. Call of Duty, the biggest issue with Call of Duty is the Call of Duty cycle.
Yeah, because they keep switching.
Yeah, the hype for the next game, then the game comes, and there's like that little honeymoon phase.
And then they find problems, and then they understand that it's not good enough, and then the hype starts all over again for the next cycle.
And I feel like Call of Duty might start getting away from it. I thought for sure that with the whole issue that with Sledgehammer, that their game wasn't going to be ready, so they literally killed it and then said, Treyarch, your game's up next. I thought for sure that they would delay Treyarch till next year, and then Modern Warfare will be the game for next year. But, I mean, Modern Warfare everyone hates. So they had to do something, but, I mean, people are hyped for a new game because it's the COD cycle. But at the same time, like, how many more games do we have to go through before we realize that, hey, maybe Call of Duty needs to do something, needs to make mobile a fucking console game?
I mean, the moment they realize, oh, people like the old COD, not the new COD. But, I mean, that's where it comes down. Like, you like old COD. I like new COD. See, I liked Advanced Warfare. I liked Ghost. I liked Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. I liked Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I liked Black Ops 4. I liked Black Ops 3. You liked Black Ops 2 and back. Now, I played Pro from...
I didn't... Advanced Warfare I thought was really good.
Infinite Warfare will always be in the trash, no matter what. I mean, it had good graphics. It had good guns. It had a good idea. But it flopped. I liked Black Ops 3, and I was okay with Black Ops 4. I mean, I think that there was a lot of problems with Black Ops 4. Yeah, the meta was too tight. I hate
Modern Warfare, but it's like it could have been top tier, and I said that at launch, when the game was coming out, I said,
when we were talking
this
about
game
it.
could be good if they don't have any issues.
Yeah.
And the maps I thought was, I didn't like any of the maps in the beta. It was like, okay, this could be really good or really bad. And the maps were kind of the issue for the first half of the game.
You don't have to tell me that twice.
I'm hyped for Cold War. I think that, it might be one of the last Call of Duties I get at launch, if I get it at launch.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think these are the last 2 Call of Duties.
I think they're going to have to come up with a new one. I think the Call of Duty's never going to die.
I just think what they need to do is, after Cold War, the next game, just Call of Duty.
Yeah, they literally make mobile. Yeah. Call of Duty make mobile, make it for PC, Xbox Series X, and PS5.
And just name it Call of Duty.
Yeah, and just update it. It's successful in Rainbow Six Siege. It's successful with Overwatch. It's successful with every other franchise that's out right now. At least do it. All you need is a 3-year cycle. And then if it's getting boring, then you have a new idea come in.
Or do seasons.
Yeah, we'll do seasons, but
not just season of Battle Pass. Like rework maps, rework characters, or if you want to have specialists or whatever.
The thing is then some people have been asking for Jetpack COD to come back. I don't think that's gonna happen.
No. If Jetpack COD comes back, I'm putting my controller down. I will take my Scuff controller and I will put it down.
I'm saying if we get the Advanced Warfare, because that's what the game that everyone goes back to. I actually liked Black Ops 3 movement over Advanced Warfare, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Call of Duty is not gonna die. There was way too much invested into it. But if they release at least a 3-year cycle, it would probably be a better game. Because you won't have the COD cycle. You won't have the hype to build up, and then that honeymoon phase, and then it's like, fuck, I want the next game. I want the next game. I want the next game. You can fix all the glitches, and by the time the cycle normally ends in September, October, August, then they fixed all the glitches and then the game's good. That's what happened with Ghost. Like I said, 8 months we were playing Dom competitively when you had to end the game to switch sides.
That's where that's a developer issue. And I'm gonna say this, Raven's not a bad company. They really aren't. But they aren't a good one either.
I don't think it's not Raven that's dealing with. I think they've been dealing with all the side stuff, the war zones, they weren't the key developer for any of their COD.
They were for Ghost. They were for Ghost. They were for Ghost, and they were
it was Infinity War. Infinity Ward. It was just the Modern Warfare team had left to go to make Titanfall.
That's right.
So they had new people in, and that's why Raven came in Modern Warfare 3, because they were losing a lot of people midway through that game.
Yeah, they were losing support for it.
But so for Cold War, what do you think they need to do?
Oh. Honestly, kind of like how Modern Warfare is done. And I know that sounds cheesy, and that sounds too simple of an answer. But you think about it. Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Warzone, 50 million players as soon as it drops, and it stays on top of Twitch. It stays as the highest game of players this year. It has good mechanics. It has good controls. It has the cross-platform. I mean, cross-platform isn't inevitable for every game.
Cross-platform has to stay.
Yeah.
Has to stay.
It's going to stay.
I don't think it's not going away.
If it doesn't stay, Treyarch's got something wrong.
I think ever since Sony said, yeah, we'll do cross-plat with Xbox, they have to change their minds. That's the only one that could stop, is one of the console manufacturers saying, we don't want to do cross-plat anymore. Because, I mean, that's been the issue for years. We should have been having cross-plat back in the 360 days.
Yeah, we should have had that a long time ago. And now that we have it, it's like we don't even remember what it was without it.
Yeah.
And see, that little finesse area, that shows you who can play what. And that's where the competitive scene's going a little crazy, because they're like, oh, some people can use mouse and keyboard, some people controller. I think it doesn't matter whether you use controller or mouse and keyboard. It's all based on your skill. If you can't kill a controller player because you're on mouse and keyboard, you need to practice. You can't kill somebody on mouse and keyboard because you're on controller, you need to practice. That's how I think it should roll, for the simple fact that Cold War is going to be dropping. It's going to be boots on the ground. There's no other way around it. It's Cold War. Literally called Cold War. I get World War II vibes from it. Yeah. That's what I get from it. I mean, I'm thinking it's going to be fast. It's going to be fast-paced. It's going to be back to its roots, like Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, with maybe a sprinkle of like Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, where it's not going to be very like superhero-based, I guess, kind of like what Black Ops did.
Yeah.
But it's going to be more personal skill, gun control, like what Modern Warfare is now. It's going to have that little niche.
Yeah. What I'm hoping for is, especially with cross-plat, I want them to specify controller and keyboard. You be able to control that, and be able to control it in general. Because like on Xbox, you can't. I know on Warzone you can't turn off cross-plat. You have to play cross-plat.
No, you can.
Warzone, you have to play cross-plat.
I thought you could cut it off.
No, for some reason, Xbox, you have to have it on. So, I mean, I think it's probably going to be annoying, but if they can make it controller only and mouse and keyboard only, so that way, if you're on PC, you can play with a controller and play with someone. I mean, just give people more options, because as a console player, like, I play, and I'm playing with against mouse and keyboard with people that have a friggin' I have two screens right now. The whole screen is theirs, and they have such a bigger field of view. It is unfair.
Yeah, and you've seen my streams. I move so fast, and like earlier today, I went down to 95 FOV just to see. I'm so freaking slow. Like, it looks so bad.
Shit. Okay. Lagged for a second for me. I thought your power went out.
I'm here. Maybe. I don't know. I might be dying.
Okay. You're not dying, but your sound like.
Oh, when you're roboto.
Okay, there you go. No, your mic was delayed. But yeah, I'm hoping for more options in terms of cross-plat, and just better movement. No doors. I didn't mind the doors. I know why people hate the doors, but like that, I don't know. It was a weird change.
I think it's something interesting, in my opinion, because you can either run through the door or you can peek the door. It's a tactical motivation, so it's like big risk, big reward, or low risk, low reward, you know.
It's just the camping. That's the issue.
That's going to be in every game.
And also they need to they need to get a better anti-cheat. Like, I haven't run into any hackers, but I know so many people that have.
You saw that one game where I ran into a hacker.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Call of Duty's never been on PC. So you can't tell me that
it's because
they don't have any experience with cheaters.
Went on cross-platform and people are just now seeing it. bullshit.
What do you mean there were hackers back in the 360 days? There still are hackers in the 360. If you play like a Black Ops 2, you run into hackers. Or God forbid, World at War apparently is horrible with hackers.
It's god awful, especially on PC. Like I ran into a match where a dude would literally, he just looked through the wall and it'd be one bullet to the head, and he was using a pistol. Like, it was just crazy.
Yeah, I'm hoping the game modes stay in. They need to get rid of Dom as a competitive game type. Dom is terrible as a competitive game type.
Yes,
I like it.
No. Because
I feel like
I'm gonna tell you right now, you get rid of Dom, they'll just put in King of the Hill.
CTF. Put in CTF. Put in bring friggin' Black Ops 4. Bring Control back. Control is actually fun.
Control was good.
Like if they brought Control back, that was a decent third game type. I mean, Hardpoint is a Treyarch staple. They can't get rid of that. That always will be my number one favorite game type. But I'm ass at S&D.
Is Headquarters the same thing?
Kind of.
Except we don't have respawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Headquarters,
that's not a bad game type though. That's really balanced compared to Hardpoint.
Well, no. So Headquarters is once you get it, you don't respawn. You wait on the respawn. So I get it, but I'd rather have Hardpoint. I think Hardpoint's a better game type. Because you can control it, but they need to make it like. The reason why I love Black Ops 2, I think the spawning system was, at least it. I mean, when you had a good anchor, that controlled the spawns, like you didn't have any problems. This game, the problem is that you could control the spawns and then people would spawn behind you. It's like the spawns are always, so they need to make sure that the spawns in the game, especially competitively. I mean, honestly, Infinity Ward has never been a competitive focused developer.
They're never gonna be. They're just like Nintendo with Smash Bros. They're never gonna be competitively focused.
Yeah, which is fine. So then if Cold War is it, and then they make a Call of Duty, like we said, like a COD Mobile for platforms, then make Infinity Ward the pub focused, and then make Treyarch the competitive focused, and then you use both developers, and then you make the game better because Infinity Ward makes good pub games. Ghost wasn't a bad pub game. Clan Wars was freaking phenomenal in that game. I miss it so much.
That's why we went to Rocket League. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
Rocket League Clan Wars.
Rocket League. I miss playing Rocket League. But yeah, I mean, the Clan Wars in that was one of my favorite things. I mean, we didn't play it as much. I mean, I missed the Modern Warfare 3 days where you had the elite thing. That was superb. That was great. I miss pubs.
And then the 1v1, the 2v2, the 3v3 game mode, that was cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it also had the Modern Warfare 3 had the whole elite thing where you had like different challenges every day, and I look back on like my time hop and I see like me posting on Twitter like, "Hey, we got to do this." Like it made orgs like useful and gave people a reason to be in an organization because you get skins and stuff for it. So
I mean, it's like a pursuing thing pretty much.
Yeah, but it gave, I mean, in this game you're in a regiment. What's the point of being in that regiment? There's really, like, besides getting double XP, it's nothing.
Having a pretty name next to your name.
Yeah.
that you don't even have to have.
Yeah. So there should be especially with this game that you can be in like 10 regiments, so you can have 10 hours of double XP. It's like, what's the point of being in a regiment? And they instituted it way too late in the game. That should have came out in January. I think it came out in March. Like they know that
Infinity War just cares about $1.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm still surprised that they got rid of Season Pass. Yeah. Like DLC. Like I was flabbergasted when I saw that. I was like
flabbergasted.
Flabbergasted.
Alright guys, well, we're gonna go ahead and talk about Aporia real quick. So Aporia Customs does sponsor SwayGG in a big way, and it is their 10-year anniversary. As you can see, me and Kuota both have our jerseys on.
Can barely see mine, but
and then he's got the flag behind
backwards.
him. And we're just wanting to thank Aporia for everything they do for us. You guys are awesome. And don't forget to support us with Aporia when you use our code 10year, or you use Sway, SWAY, 10 years for 10% off, and then Sways for 5% off. You can't use both at the same time. You can only use one. But that is for Sway Fam Apparel, and you can join the Sway Fam. Now, moving on to the last thing, and we want to end off on a good note. But it kind of makes us sad. Halo delayed for 2021. As a lot of you don't know, me and Kuota are big Halo fans.
Yeah, I grew up on Halo. I grew up on GoldenEye, but besides the point.
Old fuck.
I remember, so my friend got an Xbox, and I was big on PlayStation. And he got an Xbox, so I went to his house in Florida, and me and my brother just played 3v1s versus him because he was freaking really good. And split screen on Halo was freaking the best.
Oh shit.
LAN parties on. So when I got a 360, I had 2 TVs in my basement. So we used to play Halo on 360 and then put it on the original Xbox and play it on 2 different TVs. So that was like my favorite multiplayer game from Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, even Halo 4, Halo 5 are not bad games. Halo Reach, I mean, same thing.
Yeah, I grew up on Reach, but you're about to be really mad at me. I never played Halo 2. I never played Halo 2. I got the first ever Xbox and I played Halo. And then, or Halo Combat Evolved. And then I got 360 and I played Halo 3. No, I played Halo Reach first. Then I went back and got Halo 3. And then Halo 3 ODST, which I still love to this day. I think ODST is the best Halo. Even though everybody looks at me and they're like, you're a piece of shit. But I don't care. Halo 3 ODST was amazing. Halo 4.
I don't disagree with you.
And then I opted out of Halo 5 till like last year.
See, I got Halo 5 at launch, and I enjoy it. You saw that clip I posted. Like, I used to play 2v2s all the time. But, like, they need to do something with this game. And I think they realized it after they did that event a week or so ago. And I think that's why it got delayed. They posted that and it's going to be free to play, so that's good.
What, Halo Infinite?
Halo Infinite's going to be free to play on both PC and Xbox Series X. And
just the multiplayer. Just the multiplayer.
Yeah, so I don't know, like, okay, so how much are they going to charge for the campaign? That's the issue.
60?
If they charge $60 for a campaign, I think people are going to revolt. It's going to be on Game Pass, though. So, and Game Pass is weird right now because they took off the 1-year Xbox Live. So, people were like, oh my god, they're going to make Xbox Live free, Xbox Live Gold free. And then Microsoft turned around and said, no, we're not doing that. So what I think is going to happen...
There has been rumors of them saying that.
Well, Microsoft basically turned around and said no. What I think is going to happen is Microsoft is basically transitioning everything over to Game Pass Ultimate. So you're going to be able to buy a year, but you got to buy an Ultimate. Now, what I did, I found a 2-year card at BJ's for under $100. And I bought that, and that's 8 months of Ultimate.
You need to give me one.
I can get you one.
Give me one, please. Y'all will soon be seeing me play Gears 5 again.
It's $95 for 2 years.
Yeah, you're gonna buy me one. That's my paycheck for doing the podcast. I got you. That's my paycheck. He's like, I'm gonna kick your ass later. Shut the fuck up.
You're not that far from me.
Damn. That hurt like a ton of bricks.
I can't go to North Carolina.
But no, I really do think that Halo Infinite will be a big change, especially with the fact of being free multiplayer. I think that's a wonderful idea. I think Gears 5 should have done that anyways. I think they would have been more successful that way, especially with Xbox Series X.
But I mean, the problem with Gears 5 was they didn't change anything from Gears 4 that everyone hated about Gears 4.
Yeah, so, but the multiplayer in Gears 5 is more smooth.
Yeah, but I mean, people hate it. The competitive scene is dead.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the issue.
I wish it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, I stopped playing Gears of War. I got 3, so I got Gears of War. I loved it. Gears of War 2 I didn't like.
I only played Gears of War 3 and Gears of War Judgment. That's it.
Oh, God. But I got Gears of War 3 on, like, when Blockbuster was about to go out of business.
Gears of War 3 was amazing.
I never played a multiplayer. I only played the campaign.
Guys, we gotta end the stream. It's no longer allowed on the cast. Yeah, that's a no.
You said you never played Halo 2.
Look, I'm broke. I've been broke. That's why you gonna buy me that 2-year for free with the 8 months. Thanks, bud. But now that we're getting a little off track here.
I mean, so I think Halo Infinite is basically do or die for Halo.
It is.
Supposedly what they're doing is this is going to be Halo. They're not, they're doing the campaign. They might do like DLC, but it seems like they're not doing any more Halos. They're just going to change this one. So they're going that route. It's 343's last chance because people were so unhappy with Halo 5, and it's been 5 years now.
It started with Halo 4. Halo 4, when 343 took over, split the company. I mean, not the company, the fan base. It split the fan base. It was yes or no. Then Halo 5 turned half of that yes into yes or no. And so now you're down to like a fourth of the fan base you had back in Halo Reach and Halo 3. The Master Chief Collection is giving people something to still love about Halo on PC, but you have that second option of like, man, I don't want to play Halo 5. That shit boo boo. Let me go play Halo 4 or Halo 3 or Halo 2 or Halo 1 or Halo Reach on PC and get the same satisfaction I had back then, but with better. You know,
it's the same thing. We're getting more of a nostalgia effect than new things. I dislike the whole concept of there should be no sprint in Halo. I'm like, okay, well,
I like sprint in Halo because I feel like it made.
You're also not an OG, so
I'm what?
You're not an OG. You're too young.
Okay.
You call me old, I call you young.
I am young, but dang it if I ain't experienced.
It's the nostalgia effect. COD, Halo, all these games that used to come out, even Rainbow Six. I grew up playing Rainbow Six 3.
I grew up playing Rainbow Six Vegas.
So again, you're too young for this. But when Xbox Live first came out, Rainbow Six 3 was the game to play. And I played a ton of that. I played a ton of Vegas. Like, the same thing. It's the nostalgia effect. People don't want to go back to these. They don't want to. They're changing games that they loved. And Sprint, I think, you can't take out Sprint. Halo is fast, but to put Sprint in, it's not changing the game that much.
It makes it slippery. I will say that. It makes it a lot more slippery.
But they just need to fix some of the mechanics, and then I think they'll be better.
I think Xbox Series X, if they, because it's being delayed because they're obviously going to fix the graphics. I'm sorry, that game looked like shit. In that video, it looked like shit.
I mean, you also got to realize that they're doing that video remotely, so it might just been because they weren't in a real studio doing it. That could be it. But yeah, there was something. I don't think they planned on waiting till 2021, and I think it's going to be like first quarter 2021. I think they'll release it by March. But now, a lot of people are like, I'm not getting a Series X then. Because Halo was the game that people were buying a Series X for. So, I know a lot of people, I'm buying a PlayStation 5. But, is the Series X gonna... What?
PlayStation 5 screwed up.
You think so?
I really do. I think they put too much money into trying to build something that is easily going to die off for the simple fact that you had a console that was so well defined, the PS4, right? And then you turn around and you're going to drop a PS5 that has half of what the PS4 had. No, I'm sorry, that's a little
I mean, it's just, my thing with next gen is I'm probably going to get a Series X eventually. I got a Xbox One at launch. I got a 360 at launch. I've gotten consoles at launch. I have a PlayStation, an Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch right now. So I got the Switch a couple years ago, so I got the PlayStation and the Switch later in the life cycle. But I was planning on upgrading to Series X since I have a day one Xbox. And since everything works on Series X, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll do that. But I'm like, my Xbox One's fine. So, and I know a lot of people that are like that are like, they were going to get it for Infinite, to upgrade Infinite. If you have an Xbox One X, like, there's no reason to upgrade. There's literally no reason to upgrade. So, I don't know. Microsoft is trying to, their strategy is with the whole xCloud and Game Pass. I think Game Pass is eventually going to come to the Switch. It's been hinted. I think it's gonna happen. They've been hinting at it. I think the theory goes is that Microsoft, this is gonna be their last console, unless they friggin' boom. They're pretty much focused on, they want their content anywhere. So your PC, your phone, your Xbox, no matter where you're playing it, you can play Xbox games. Though you're not be able to play, they're not putting xCloud on
Switch.
No, on Apple, because Apple doesn't want to. So you're not going to be able to play games on your Apple products, but you can be able to play a bit on Android.
It's just like the whole ordeal with Fortnite and Apple, but that's for another episode.
But I mean, I don't know. I don't know if the Series X is going to be dead on arrival. Halo was that game that everyone's like, I'm buying a Series X for this, or I'll just buy it on PC if they have a PC. But a lot of people have PCs more so than 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It used to be you only got a PC to play top tier game, to like play your CS:GOs, your whatever. I don't even know what else was out back then. But now everything's coming out on PC, and people are buying more powerful PCs. But some people like me, like, I'm eventually gonna get a PC.
Yeah.
But I'm fine with the console, especially like the consoles are getting up to PC level. It's just really gonna depend on the price.
But then you see me with my PC, and I barely even touch a console.
But I mean, that's the thing. Like, you spent over $1,000 on a PC
across 10 years.
Okay. Well, but I'm saying, like, people spent for a decent PC streaming that can do streaming in games. You're spending about $1,000 on average.
$1,000.
Yeah, for like something like maybe not top tier but mid tier. So you're spending about $1,000. But a console, if the price is what I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be $500 for both systems, and the digital version is going to be $400.
I think PS4 is going to be.
You think
Xbox is going to try to beat them out with 500. PS5 is going to drop theirs down to 500.
It's going to be like the PS3 era.
Yes, it's going to be like that.
But that's why I think they haven't released the price. We should have gotten the price last month. But I think
the competitor drops.
Yeah, but I think they're both going to do 500. I think they have to. If they do more than 500,
nobody's going to buy it.
No, yeah, people are going to buy it, but they're going to be disappointed. But think about it; these systems now are almost a mid-quality PC at this point. It's not like $1,000 PC would have been like 7 Xbox Ones when Xbox in 2013. Now that it's PCs, yeah, you can pay for a really good PC, but the price range is getting a bit smaller. You're getting a mini PC, like a not necessarily a high tier grade, but you're getting a mini PC with these consoles. They're coming with solid state drives, so the loading times are going to be a lot better. So for people like me that are like, PC, or I can get the same quality on a console without the Steam, like, I don't think, even if I get a PC, I don't think I'm going to be playing PC games that much. I'm going to be using it as streaming, and then maybe it can, but I'm probably not going to get a P to play.
But
PC
I'm a
game.
graphic whore, so I'm gonna stay with my PC.
Yeah. Well, no, but that's what I'm saying. It's not with me. Like I said, I mean, I'm playing games every night, but I mean, I'm fine. I just play Switch.
Yeah,
like that's not a graphic. Yeah, but it's not a graphically capable machine. It's Nintendo.
Yeah, it's a beautiful machine. And
yeah,
I actually just set up to be able to stream from it. So.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, finally got the Elgato set up. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, guys. So pretty much, I think we're gonna end the SwayCast here. But before we go, I want to ask the chat 2 questions. The first question I want to ask is, are you guys going to be getting a PS5 or Xbox Series X? Or are you going to stick to PC or move to PC? I actually want to see the chat's response to this, because this is something that I've been, looking at for a while, is like the statistics of sales from console and PC.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I got a PS4 Slim that I got not this past Christmas, but previous Christmas. It was $200 with Spider-Man.
You want to send it to me? I'm just kidding.
But I don't play it. Like,
okay, so send it to me.
No, let's send it to you. I play it like occasionally, but for $200 it was worth it. I wasn't gonna, and it's a Slim, so it's not like, but like, I know people that have gone through like 4 PS4 Pros. I'm like, why? Because one guy I know, he bought a PS4 Pro, a year later broke, so he bought a new one, and then within 6 months it broke. Like, Sony needs to figure shit out. I mean, hopefully the theory goes is that exclusives are gonna go to PC. You're seeing it right now with Sony. Sony released Horizon Zero Dawn. Sony released Death Stranding for PC. I think
The Last of Us.
I think Last of Us. I think Last of Us will probably be the next game that goes to PC.
If it's not
I think Spider-Man Miles Morales, they haven't announced it, but I'm pretty sure it's going to PS4. I don't see that being a PS5 exclusive.
I don't know, because you think about it, the Spider-Man one was sorta.
But it's not an actual sequel. They called it it's basically a large DLC is what they're calling it.
Oh. But you gotta pay $60 for it.
Well, they haven't released it, but someone tried to bring up to me the other day. They were like, "Well, Halo's there's no launch title for Xbox." I was like, "Well, what's the launch title for PS5?" It's like Miles Morales. I'm like,
no.
Did they actually say that? It says Holiday 2020, but they didn't say that it was only it was a PS5 exclusive. That it's a Sony exclusive because it's a Sony studio.
Like Mr. and Mrs. Blind Knight. PlayStation for exclusives, otherwise PC. I mean, PlayStation is probably the only game for it. Xbox's exclusives have all been ported over to PC thanks to Game Pass.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't see it
Which
really.
Is great. I mean, yeah. I get why. I get why people are like, "Oh, there's no exclusives on Xbox," but it's like, what's the big exclusives were a thing, but now yeah, you can get it on PC. Game Pass is a freaking great investment. I stand by that.
Oh yeah.
I ended up, my Xbox Live was expiring today, and I ended up extending it till April because I was like, I'd rather have Game Pass. I don't even play that much on Game Pass. There's so many games though. Like Final Fantasy VII just came on Game Pass. Not the remake. I've never played Final Fantasy VII. So I was like, whatever. So.
But my second question is, guys, I'm gonna have Kuota play some games with me after the podcast, and I think I'm gonna stream it. What do you guys want us to play?
I thought you were going out.
Huh? Oh no, it's raining too bad. Yeah, I'm not gonna take a chance with. Knowing them, they'll probably make me drink at least one alcoholic beverage, and I'm like, that's a no.
Yeah, probably not bad. Probably not a good idea.
But I have to say, Kuota, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. Whenever I can get you on the show.
I was gonna say this is my first time on the show.
Yeah, with that shiny head of yours. I don't know. You made a secret cameo on Deb Pies.
Well, yeah, but no one actually saw me, right?
No, but they heard you.
Oh, I thought I muted myself.
No, your mic was on at one. Fucking hilarious. Deb said what?
Oh, I wasn't even paying attention.
That shit was funny as hell.
But yeah, thanks for having me, and yeah, so we're not. Stay tuned for the Sway Twitter. There might be a giveaway. I haven't figured out what it is though.
He doesn't know if he wants to do a jersey or a hoodie.
It might be something else.
Ooh. Better not be my fucking 2-year Xbox Game Pass. I'll beat your ass.
Yeah.
Alright, guys.
Giving away.
He's giving away his life now.
Giving away Clips' jersey?
Motherfucker, I fucking dare you. I will slit your throat on sight.
He signed a contract. He allowed me to give away anything he's wearing. That's the way on it.
Alright, if you want to get banned real quick. Alright, guys, so we're going to end the SwayCast right here. Make sure you tune in next Thursday. If it gets postponed again, I will let you guys know as soon as possible. But as of right now, it is not. But yeah, make sure to check out my channel right after this. But first, make sure you follow and subscribe to Sway Gaming if you haven't already. And then go on over to my channel at twitch.tv/eclipse__. And me and Kawada are going to be going and playing some games. Yeah, give biddies for titties.
Before we do that, let's raid someone.
Who do you want to raid?
A couple people here.
Who from the
Herbster's
Sway
been
fans?
freaking. So there's a couple of people. That's not so. We got this one guy, Curbster. He's been grinding Destiny, and he's playing Rogue Company right now.
Herbster.
Figure we got 9 views. Curbster SW. And I spelled it wrong. Okay.
And 3, 2, 1. Show them the Sway fam love.
Did it work?
Yep, we got all 9 viewers. Ready? Raid now.
10.
Woo! Go for it.
I'm gonna get a drink.